what are the reasons people they don't go to church is because churches of nowadays they just want what they will gain from their own selfishness. So why people don't go to church? They just said, I'm serving God is from the heart. And nowadays they said, I want to serve God from there because some pastor attitude self is discouraging members for them not to go to church. If you go to church, some members too, they'll start discouraging people that you see that you want to be looking up to. They'll start doing things that you'll say, me, I'm holier than this people. So why is the reason for me going to church? Most people just say, well, serving God is from the heart. Let me just stay at home and serve God. After all, now add God they do because the top people that we are looking up to, they don't show good example. For instance, now when you need help, you run to church, you say, this is the last bus stop I have. Oh. They don't even have business to give you help. You need where to solve your tears. After telling your pastor your stories, like you needed a shoulder to lay on to cry on. They start telling all the old members what you are going through, the challenge you are going through. Instead of them to keep it to them as a secret or encouraging you for you to have a challenge. That's why you need to preach. You need to tell people what you are going through. And you felt discouraged that what look at me running for help for church. So there's just most nowadays churches they don't encourage members. They don't discourage most of it. So most people just said for me to go to church is just a waste of time. Let me just stay at home and just serve God with my own heart because I don't want people to mock me. I don't want people to talk about me. Anything I'm going to just from my heart. I know it's from the heart. That is why we most people don't go to church. And number two, some people just like I have a friend said going to church is a waste of time because if there is sometimes he has challenges, he said he wants to run to the pastor. His pastor is telling him stories that touches the heart. Even though you don't have something that you can give to him, you tell the person some a word that will encourage him for him to build up his faith, that there is God, that he should believe in God. But you start telling him story that he has not paid his tithe, he has not paid money, he has not what have he like contribute for the church development. You don't say that to your member. You don't know his pocket. Most people can give. The people that can give, you will let them give. People that don't have to give, let them don't give. Just let everybody be their self. Instead of like comparing this member to this member. This one is to give. This one is to give. This one is to give. Like you having children that which one don't have. You tell this one because you do not have, I will not bless you. I will not give. That is why some people just say, well, some people go to church is a waste of time. That is my own reason, no. That is my own reason, sha. The solution is I think pastorship is not really easy as a leader, but it should encourage your children because we are like a children calling to you for help. If you don't have, you tell them this, and you tell them for this quotation for them to believe in God, so they'll build up their faith. Sometimes it's not about money, oh, but they need to build up their faith as a believer because we are like a sinner running for help. Nobody is righteous, so you need to build up their faith, telling them to hope on God, giving them verse, giving them encouragement. That is what I just felt they should do, and to love their member, just to love their member and encourage them.
So the reason why people don't, some young, especially the youth, why they refuse to go to churches and me, normal, I believe in church. I'm a Catholic. I was born and brought up in Catholic, but many churches now. The last time I went to church, when I said let me give it a try, when I went to church, I saw what they were doing there. Like the offerings, like they're not supposed to do offerings in church like 6 times, 7 times. They were like, come and do offering. And it was like if you not do the offering, it's how things should be for you, all those kind of stuff. I was like, is it by force? So they did the offering like 6 times. The first one, they did the first one, second one, third, fourth, fifth. I was like, even I did not even come with one. I wanted to do one. And they do 6 times. It's somehow now. So I was like, maybe it's just because of the church. Then I went to another church. They were like, the pastor, if you see the tummy, said the tummy was too big. I normally see the man inside vehicle. Like if he's riding his, like if he's riding his motor, even his tummy used to full and ride the motor. I was like, pastor have this kind of belly means he's not even doing fasting and all those kind of stuff. So it was like, okay, when we went to the church, it was like they should bring stick. That if you want to break any yoke in your life, you should bring stick and bottle. You'll be breaking bottle or inside church and all those. I was kind of saying all those things like fake pastors, and so I noticed that all the old churches I see, they like playing, like they do things that you're not supposed to do in church. They draw different attention. Okay, there's one video I even have on my phone. I saw that one on YouTube. Church, they brought masquerade inside the church. The pastor was wearing white, was even helping the masquerade to dance around and all those kind of stuff. So I was like, let me just have my own faith. You might just dey pray for my own self. That all the church, all of them that you found salvation there. So me, I just believe on my own heart. I just dey pray to God. God will help me and all those kind of stuff. But there's one church I used to believe in. All these, there's one they call Zion at God's side. Because the man, if you see the man is slim. Like the man, if you see, like, you don't see the real man of God. Why I don't usually go there because of the distance. Because I see where people go there and the way the man dress. The man even hardly shave. He not even have time for all those big tummy and all those kind of stuff. So that's it. So church for me, my own heart is my own church. And if they can do better, they can stop all those much of billing. Like they are now using billing to chase people away. How can you do six offering inside one church? There's some church. When I went to Zion, they all left basket outside the church. If you are going home, you can put what you have there. Nobody will tell you put or not put. Use from your heart. You do not doing six offering in church and all those kind of stuff. That's it. So that's what scared many youths away. That's it. So that's my mind. Yeah.
What I think church can do better is that if, like other churches do, if they can begin to make amend to, I think there's a way like maybe if one come the what to call a time to asking about their welfare, like some members, how their welfare is. Like other churches can be saying, okay, during the time of gathering together, they will send out some a man of God or some pastors to go and take care of some members, asking them how their welfare is, knowing what their always their problems. And when they know their problem, if something like church cannot provide, I think some they can share it out as a problem and as opinion. So others can contribute to their own minds, and that will make it easy for giving the too much burden to the church or to the man of God. You know, although sometimes you find that maybe a member that is that's why you have if there's a time if there's a time like Easter time, there's a time they will set out to bring in what you call sharing some things like food items, clothes, other things, money to some people. So you find out that any place that a church or ministry are caring people like that, that's the way you find that people always go to go and worship their God. They say this man of God is always caring, and would love to always be in that place to go to church. Even if somebody was doing bad things before, but because of the love the man of God is showing to the members that is not worthy, the person will not stop coming, but he will continue going. I think that's one thing I found that it can be okay to solving the problem that's make church will go into it, and that everything will be solving and be okay. Thank you so much.
Think why people don't always go to church and prefer to serve God from home or in their heart, saying that God is in the heart, is because God the way churches extort from people. You understand? Most of the churches they will tell you they want to build for the Lord. I even heard someone saying, "Come to the church, pay for your land in heaven." You understand? All these pastors, especially these one man pastors, you get and the more they do that, they extort from people. And without knowing that people are actually wise to an extent, you understand now. And at the end, after donating the whole money to build the church, build school, build hospital, the same members will still come back to take medical care and they will still pay. You get some will not even be able to afford the children's and school fees. You get so all these things are one of the reasons people decide to serve God from home, and that's also because God is everywhere. You understand? And you can pray to God. We are all children of God. You can call upon God and He will answer you. Come in days of trouble and I will answer. That's what the Bible says. And but because they want to extort from people, they keep on saying it in a way that it is only them that can actually get to God, then reach to you. They said they convince members that they are actually more of middlemen or middleman between God and man. You get, and that's wrong. And the more people do that, the more pastors do that, the more people actually feel reluctant going to church. Because, for instance, Nigeria now is very hard to buy a liter of fuel is very hard, but they prefer people who will donate 25 liters of fuel and God will bless you. Without donating, God can still bless you. He's a merciful father. It's not actually by actually the Bible, the Malachi 3:10 says, bring you into the storehouse. Right? He didn't say bring money. If you should trace it back, he never said bring money. But now they've monetized everything. They want people to actually bring money. I spoke with a friend of mine that is in UK. He said like over there they don't go to church the way we do here. And we have a lot of suffering here. People are suffering, dying of hunger, dying of this and that. You understand? And at the end, when you go to those pastors, men of God, you go to their families, you see their families enjoying without asking this member that is bringing this particular money, have this person eaten? You get. So I think left to me, churches should a lot. There's a lot to say, but with the few points, I believe you already understand what I'm trying to say. They export from people, and I would say lie to people, not just convincing them. Lie to people that they are middleman between the members and God, which is wrong. You understand that? And if we should, if man should be God, if you trace back and go to those pastors and men of God and women of God's mind, you will know that some of them even commit sin more than the members because nobody is holy. You get now, and the more they when they do that, they hide and commit sin. They come back to the pulpit and pretend to be holy and preach more of that. Why they don't do what they preach? I believe in the olden days when we heard of the Church of Antioch, churches do donate and give to members back. But these days, you donate and pastor goes home with it, which is very bad. So, when I see people do that, I don't, I see it as foolishness. Except if it's free will donation, you want to like, okay, give this. So I prefer giving to the poor or giving to those in prison, giving to the less privileged than men of God. Because the man of God that rides on a jeep, we even see the member trekking and we just pass by. That is the Lord. So what are you now? Which example are you giving? You understand? Jesus said, "Whatsoever you do to me, to the least of thy brother." There's a Catholic song that says that. Whatsoever you do to the least of thy brother, that you do unto me. It is not by building the church. It's not by building structure in the pastor's name. Tomorrow when you make a little mistake, they'll just chase you away. You understand that? So I think all these things is starting from people, especially lying to them that okay, do this and God will bless you. When you help the less privileged, I believe God will bless you more than when you give to that man of God. So, but I'm not actually telling people not to give to a man of God. If you're led by the Spirit, you can do that. But for me, before I give to man, after all, check it. If I'm led, I will do that. But I prefer giving to the less privileged. Do you understand? Okay, now I think what pastors or churches should do that will make people start coming to God to church again, because all these things actually have made people to stay home, serve God from the house, pray at home. You say I can pray to God, so there's no difference. But I think what they should do that will make people to actually come back to church is when they practice that Christ kind of life. You understand now? So when Jesus was on earth, he fed the 5,000 men. You get now? He do have pity on people. He heals the sick without collecting money. But these days they heal the sick. You have to buy their olive oil, buy their holy water, and the rest of it. So and Jesus, when you see that some are hungry, he will feed them. He got to a place where they are celebrating, where they are doing wedding, and he noticed that their wine got finished. He multiplied it. By the time churches start doing this, you see members will start coming to church back. You understand now? Don't not just extorting from them. You can get from the richer ones and also use it to do what? Feed the less privileged among them. So when they start doing that, and also you that you're a pastor that want people to pay tithes, you too you have to pay your tithes to someone else. You don't just have to eat the tithes. You tell people that you have to do that so that devourer and this and that. You too, you devourer can also visit you if you don't pay your tithes. So by the time they start living that kind of life, people will actually turn back and start coming to church. And some are home breakers. If you cannot have vision without solution, some are just giving vision. Your name is this, your name is that, right? They will just clap. Woo! That's not for me. That's not prophecy. Prophecy without solution is nonsense. So you that you're a pastor, if God have blessed you, notice that this person is not wealthy and this person needs help. After the prophecy, please bring out the one you have and give to the poor member. You understand? So by the time they start doing that, people will actually start coming back to church. And also in a situation whereby members contribute money and build school for the church, build hospital, allow those members to actually come there for free education and free medication. People will start coming back to church. That is what Christ did when he was on earth. You understand? And when also politics in the church, those that are rich, you respect them. Even if their children are doing what is wrong, you don't see it. You don't preach about it. But the poor ones, where you see them because they don't have money, their children start misbehaving. Instead of you to correct in love, you condemn. Hellfire is for those that do this. And you do that kind of man of God, they make it so loud. You understand now? So they should also take away politics from the house of God. It also make me people to serve God with their with everything in them and come back to church. Another thing is like I've said before, helping the less privileged. Then also men of God live holy life. There are so many men of God that sleep with their members. Come to choir stand, choir mistress is sleeping with pastor. So whatever she does, pastor will sign it. Whatever she does is good. Many men of God are sleeping with people's wife because the man doesn't have money. You understand now? Many men of God, when their members are sick, instead of to bring out their cars to help members take them to hospital, they will rather pay for keke, and keke will, take the person to. They say, "Oh, that in the Lord supported us with this." That's nonsense. Because if your own child is sick, you will quickly take the person to the hospital. And you that call yourself a man of God, you have decided that this is what you want to do. You have decided that this is what you want to do. So you should do it with all your heart. You are there to serve, and not for people to serve you. Go to some people's house, some men of God, you see members washing their cars. But no, I'm not saying it's wrong. But you too, you are there to serve. So you should go around serving your members if you know that you're truly running this heavenly race. So that's what men of God should do that will actually make members come back to church and serve God with everything in them. And also I think we make so many mistakes in the house of God. What I mean by making mistake in the house of God. For instance, there are some churches that they book prayer. Those that they will help or assist in prayers. It is only those that pay their tithes. They'll say it's only those that donated so and so amount during harvest and they will pray for. Those that doesn't have, you don't pray for them. That's not what God said you should do. There are some churches that who will give us 100,000, those they will separate them. Those that give us 100 stand here. I have something for you. Those that give 50 stand here. I have something for you. Those that have given 20 stand here. I have something for you. Those that have given 10 stand here. Because of if we have run out of this you cannot it will not get to you. But I proclaim upon you. I bless you this day. No, equality is what we need in the house of God. I'm not separating the rich from the poor. You get now when Lazarus when what's his name? um that's Lazarus and the rich man, right? Eh, at the end, Lazarus made heaven. So it's not by your earthly works that will take you to heaven. It's actually from your kindness, whatsoever you do to the least of thy brother, that will take you to heaven. It's not by wearing the most beautiful clothes, buying pastor a car, you don't have right to misbehave or treat people anyhow you want. That's because we're all in Nigeria. Most of this will happen here. And at times tribalism comes into the house of God. If you are in Igbo land, you must give them Igbo pastor, or you must give them Igbo chairman for the harvest. You must give them Igbo this one. If you're in Yoruba land, the same thing. If you're in Hausa land, the same thing. While in heaven, there's nothing like that. So if truly we read Bible, we should leave doctrine and dogma and focus on the word of God. Bible does not discriminate. They didn't say because you are a Jew, because you are a Gentile, because you are this, you will not make heaven. It's only those that live a righteous life. Heaven does not discriminate who is from who. If that is so, Jesus wouldn't have come from the lineage of a carpenter, but he came from he was the son of a carpenter. So to show you that heaven is not actually all about what you've done that people have seen, because you are this, you are that. So you have the. I actually heard of a man of God that was saying, "Come to the church and pay for for your land in heaven." I laughed, and people are falling for that. How can I come to you and pay for land in heaven? I don't understand. Are you the money lady? Are you the owner of the land there? I don't. You that I'm paying to. I don't even know if you make heaven. It's not by wearing suits. It's not by preach. Anybody can preach. Even Satan can quote the Bible. When he tempted Jesus, he quoted Psalm 91, right? So it's not actually by um, wearing suits that will make, or preaching that will make you go to heaven. It's by your good works. So I'm saying this, or I'm not saying this because I'm not a Christian. I'm saying this because I'm a Christian. I've seen a lot. You understand? And had it been I'm not a Christian, had it been I'm not a Christian, I would have been laughing at Christians because the way they brainwash us. Someone can bring out his hanky. Those that will come and lay their hands on this hanky with 50,000, this and that will happen. Who does that? Those that will put their leg inside my shoe with 100,000. Throughout this year, you will work on gold. Like, do you understand now? So all these things, if we can actually put them aside and focus on what the Bible says, then I believe the church will be better and the world will be a better place. Thank you very much.